There was a planet that we don't call home, but a planet that has what we would call aliens. Because of the high mountains and high gravity, these aliens developed extra strong legs to overcome these obstacles. These aliens developed and evolved as any species would, but found something that amazed them. And that something was racing. Hence their name being Primum Currens Dissonator, i.e. the first racers, also known as the Accelerons. The Accelerons would race against each other for years, decades, even centuries, exploring the concept of racing and exploring its skill. This also resulted in the expansion and evolution of their technology, developing their technology to race at faster speeds, and as a consequence they were able to access another dimension. Their civilization increased all the way up to a Type 4 civilization. But after all this, it may have gotten stale. After exploring racing for so long within their own species, in an effort to keep racing alive, in an effort to recreate racing, the Accelerons searched for someone else. Something else. A different civilization could have the answers. Different civilizations which could have other unconceived means of racing. And so while they were searching for this civilization, developing the means to find the ultimate racer from a different world, the Accelerons created the racing drones. Robots which perfected the way of winning, doing anything necessary to win, including harming other drivers. The Accelerons had created their own versions of monsters, and they abandoned them on Earth, waiting for their revenge on the Accelerons. But this was all in their plan to find the ultimate racer. The ultimate Acceleracer. As most civilizations have, there was a faction war. Maybe there are differences in ideologies with racing. Could cheating be allowed? Does winning by any means necessary still mean you're the best driver? All of these questions split the Accelerons between different or opposing ideologies. However, one objective still remained: to find an Acceleracer. In an effort to find other civilizations, the Accelerons created the Wheel of Power, which can send drivers into different dimensions. Dimensions including the legs of the world race and the racing realms. And the Accelerons were successful. In this, it can be theorized that they had already discovered 2 other civilizations with Acceleracers, as you receive what is called the Circle of Wisdom when you become an Acceleracer. After this, the Accelerons left several artifacts on Earth, some of which humans may learn to use for the racing realms, as well as an inscription which foretells of the Wheel of Power. As humans and animals evolved, Galorum and the racing drones hibernated for their chance to strike at the Accelerons, not knowing that they were the catalyst to find an Acceleracer. As technology upgraded, as wars occurred, cars were developed, which as a consequence created noise pollution. Noise pollution which woke up Galorum and the drones from their hibernation. As humans evolved and developed into what we know today, there are many things that happened. Things done for entertainment, one of those being a man named Taro Kitano, who skied down Mount Everest twice. Another racer by the name of Kurt Wilde raced in the Grand Prix, but was accused of cheating due to his car being off-spec. A man by the name of Dr. Peter Tesla was fascinated by aliens. More specifically, if we were really alone out there. In search of alien life, this doctor finds an ancient inscription, the same Acceleron inscription detailing the Wheel of Power and the Accelerons. In an effort to reach this Wheel of Power, and by extension the Accelerons, Tesla discovers the portals which open in a different dimension leading to the Wheel of Power. However, a government agency known as the Silencers catches on to Tesla's activities, but seem to also be interested in the Wheel of Power and therefore fund Tesla. This is also what led to the creation of multiple cubes around the globe, and in this collaboration, the SCRIM Coporation is created. To spy on Tesla, they give Tesla a unit called Gig. Tesla, after failing so many attempts to finish the first leg of the world race, realizes he needs actual racers. From the ancient inscription, he needs that competitive edge to get the Wheel of Power, and so he created the world race which recruits the best drivers in the world to compete against each other. Tesla developed the fastest cars in the world, mass producing them specifically for this one race. However, the scientists suspecting that Tesla could double cross them and steal the Wheel of Power for himself at any time hire Galorum, another person who seems to be knowledgeable about the Accelerons, who unknowingly is the leader of the drones and also wants the Wheel of Power for herself. And so the scientists, not knowing her ulterior motive, lend Galorum some prototype technology which transforms the exterior of a car. In this collaboration, Clip is created, in which Galorum created the urbanized drones. These drones could have some ties to an opposing Acceleron faction. However, Galorum, knowing that she can't grab the Wheel of Power and not wanting to waste her only chance at the revenge of the Accelerons, recruits other drivers to sabotage the race. One of those being Kurt Wilde, in which she suspects he will take the wheel for himself. As a result, she also hires Harrison Lau to sabotage the world race. As the events of Highway 35 occur, a young boy, Vert Wheeler, just gets his license due to a perfect score on the written and practical test. When he gets home, he finds an iconic car, the Diora 2, which plays a video to him, as well as all other drivers around the world, informing them of the world race. It's here that the drivers arrive at Tesla's cube and endeavour to complete the world race, to be the best driver in the world. Notable drivers include Vert Wheeler, Tara Catano, Banji Castillo, Kurt Wilde and Brian Kadim, all of which specialise in their own forms of driving. There are also separate teams with their own specialised tools: the Wave Rippers, the Road Beasts, the Dune Rats, the Scorchers and the Street Breed. During the first leg of the world race, Vert Wheeler's youthful outlook at racing proves him to be a formidable driver, getting past the loop-to-loop Tesla had failed so many times before. However, a racer by the name of Z36 sabotages the race, in which Lani is rescued by both Vert Wheeler and Tara Catano, of which Kurt Wilde wins the race. During the second leg of the world race, new drivers are recruited to form teams, in which to race against each other for the Wheel of Power. Z36 again sabotages the race, with Vert Wheeler nearly losing his life. The winner of the race was actually a tie between Taro Catano and Brian Kadim. In the third leg of the world race, Tesla suspects that this leg is the one with the Wheel of Power in it. Brian Kadim, during the race, finds what seems to be the Wheel of Power, in which Z36 tries to steal, but in doing so reveals his own identity, Kurt Wilde. As Kadim finishes the race, the Wheel of Power turns out to be a fake, and a lesson. Kurt Wilde, outed as a spy for Galorum, attempts to escape the area, in which Galorum intercepts and forces him to keep working for her. Kurt Wilde gets an early start for the fourth leg of the world race with some Clip drivers, leaving behind many obstacles for our main protagonists. After some time, Kurt Wilde's brother, Marky, hits one of the traps Clip left, and so Kurt goes back for him, defying the orders of the Clip drone. In doing so, it reveals that the Clip drones are robots. As Vert Wheeler catches up, he discovers the same thing, and beats Kurt Wilde in a duel. After this, Vert Wheeler grabs the Wheel of Power and wins the world race, getting $5 million for his term. As the Wheel of Power is now outside of Hot Wheels City, any entity can take it, in which Galorum surrounds and demands for the Wheel of Power. However, as a last resort, Tesla and Lani suggest to take the Wheel of Power back to Hot Wheels City, as said from the ancient inscription: "What you receive, you must give back." All the drivers team up for this one purpose, in which Kurt Wilde is redeemed. Vert Wheeler earns the respect of every driver in the world race. As an aftermath, Major Wheeler, Vert's father, grounds Vert. With the world race completed, Tesla refused to give night trucks to the drivers to access Highway 35. Because of this, Kurt and Marky started to drive illegally, getting involved with some smuggling and drug deals. Marky goes to prison, however could have been saved by Kurt if he talked. Many drivers left Tesla and joined other well-known racing teams, such as the Teku and Metal Maniacs. Harrison Lau was captured by Galorum and transformed into RDR-1, racing drone Lau 1. Tesla tries to go to Hot Wheels City for the Wheel of Power one last time, but is crippled in the attempt since the drones have already taken over Hot Wheels City and turned it into the drones' headquarters. Tesla needs an exoskeleton to support his motor functions and is rendered immovable. The racing realms open and Tesla recruits drivers to race in the racing realms. These include drivers such as Dan Dresden, who was lost in the Fog realm, Alec Wood, who was lost in the Monument realm, and Banji Castillo, who was lost in the Swamp realm, all of which the drones won. With no more drivers, Tesla recruits Kadeem along with the Teku and Metal Maniacs to race in the racing realms. During the Storm realm, Kadeem is lost and the drones win. The world race cars of Taro, Kurt and Vert are rendered out of commission. A drone also returns with Vert's car, in which it is disabled. Just before the Swamp realm, the remaining drivers of each team arrive and enter the Swamp realm, where Nola wins the realm, getting the Swamp realm Acceleracharger. It is also revealed that RDL1's memories will be erased if he fails Galorm again. During the Cavern realm, Porkchop wins, obtaining the Cavern realm Acceleracharger, and RDL1's memories are erased for failing. During the Lava realm, Monkey steals a drone wheel and the drones win the realm. Tesla also develops a slot for the Accelerachargers to work. With the stolen wheel, Tesla reverse engineers the technology to mass produce adaptable wheels for his drivers. With the risk of losing Accelerachargers, he also implements the EDR, the Emergency Driver Return, which returns the driver from a realm when pressed. Monkey creates his prototype of the Nitrox 3.5, which can make a car go 300 miles per hour in reverse. During the Water realm, Vert fails the realm, trying to beat it in a record time. Taro, when pinched between two drivers, finishes the realm and ends up in the drone's headquarters, escaping due to the Nitrox 3.5. He returns back to the Water realm and completes it in record time, however, Vert leaves the Acceledrome. During this, the Silencers develop technology to access the racing realms while increasing the capacity of their cars, their weapons, and the drones develop a new type of vehicle, the Sweeper. In the Metro realm, the Silencers enter the realm and win due to deception. Nola and Torque save each other despite their rivalries, and Torque goes to try and get over his guilt of killing Tone. In the Cliffside realm, the Silencers win and obtain the Cliffside realm Acceleracharger. However, during the race, the captured drone from the Storm realm tries to escape using Marky's training car, revealing the location of the Acceledrome through a device, but is stopped. During the Ice realm, the Silencers win the realm by causing more deception through Taro. Before the Pipeline realm, Kadeem is tortured by the drones, and during the Pipeline realm, the Silencers win again due to their deception, but are discovered in the realm by Dr. Tesla. During the realm, Marky wins a race of leadership, beating Torque. During the Junkyard realm, Vert returns to race and completes the realm, however Kurt wins, where Porkchop and Monkey also discover multiple drivers can return to the Acceledrome by using the EDR. However, Marky, when dueling Kurt, is lost in the realm and is captured by the drones. In the Ruins realm, Vert breaks a leg, making him incapable to drive, and the drones win. However, it is discovered the drones are ancient drones. After this, Kurt Wilde sets a meeting with both teams to save Marky, in which they agree. The drivers, with the disappearance of Marky, combine forces to save him from the drone's headquarters by hijacking a drone sweeper during the Cosmic Realm. Kadeem appears to be alive and the drivers save Marky by infiltrating the drone's headquarters. However, Kadeem jumps off a bridge in a suicide way, and a Silencer steals the Wheel of Power. However, during all of this, the Acceledrome is captured by the drones, and Galorm activates the ultimate race by combining a lot of Accelerachargers together. With no one else to race her, Vert goes in and competes against Galorm, winning even though Galorm had all the Accelerachargers for each realm. At the finish line, an Acceleron appears but rejects Galorm due to her use of Accelerachargers and grants Vert the title of an Acceleracer. After saving Marky, the drivers return to the captured Acceledrome where they are taken prisoners. Vert then returns to the Acceledrome, saving the drivers' lives and ending up in the Silencer's headquarters in the process. All the drivers survive and Major Reeler is revealed to be a Silencer. After the events of Acceleracers and the Ultimate Race, something happens. With the disappearance of Galorm, there's one drone to rise, RDK-1. Kadeem survived the fall and is under the command of the drones, where they will battle the humans. With technology evolving every day, the scientists may unite with the Teku and Metal Maniacs, creating transforming cars with their technology. However, there are drones opposing Kadeem, almost led by someone else. Because of the unity of the human drivers, they defeat both drone factions, the ones led by Kadeem and the other faction, which turns out to be Vert's mother. Major Wheeler then reveals the whole reason he became a Sansa was to save Vert's mother from the drones, in which it was his duty and his family aligning. Vert Wheeler, after the events of Acceleracers, is looking for a thrill. He drives the fastest car in the world, exceeding speeds over 900 miles per hour. This accidentally opens a portal to a different universe. The universe of Battle Force 5, where another Vert Wheeler from the Infinite Loop also ended up in the same circumstance. But there is something evil lurking in the shadows. Could it be the Accelerons?